Hi YouTube, me looking a mess as usual. It feels like the relationship broke down because of his drugs problem. Now, I didn't know when he first come up here he had a problem with drugs. In fact, I didn't know for ages because there's not that many people. Because I don't know that many people. Well, I don't know anyone actually who takes drugs apart from Daniel. And that. And it just feels like that was the breakdown of the relationship. He often used to say, "Isn't there anyone in Droitwich that can get drugs?" He used to get annoyed that there was no one, that I didn't know anyone who had drugs. He used to say in London he can get it in 2 seconds. And as soon as he found out, I'm not going to say their names, but as soon as he found out that they could get drugs for him, as soon as he found that out, he was all over them like a rash. I never saw him after that. For the last 3 months he's been living there. I've hardly seen him. I've seen him maybe once a month, if that. Over the last 3 months I've seen him a handful of times, about maybe 3 or 4 times or 5 times, but not more than that, and that's only been for 5 minutes. So yeah, so it's like the drugs were the problem, and I didn't know that when he come up here. So I feel like I was completely misled, because his nan even told me that he's got a drugs problem. She says to me, "Why do you keep lending him the money?" She was like, "Why do you keep lending him the money? You know he's got a drugs problem." But I didn't actually know he had a drugs problem when he come up here. I take people at face value. I see them, they seem nice. I'll admit one thing. When me and Daniel first met up, I went to the toilets in the building, and I nearly didn't come out because I thought, no, he's not my type. But then I just thought, well, hang on a minute, I haven't given it a chance. So I've given it a chance, a year and a half, nearly almost 2 years, nearly 2 years now. Definitely nearly 2 years. Because I was chatting to him in the March, so yeah. I just finished with Aaron and I started chatting to him on Tagged. And yeah, I mean, it seemed fine. I mean, everything seemed fine and dandy. It seemed good. But as I say, oh, my hair's such a mess. My hair is such a mess. Oh, that's better. You can't see my hair now. That's better. So like I was saying, I think the main issue was the drugs. He used to get very moody when he didn't have it. He used to get very cantankerous, very irritable. If he didn't have his depression tablets, he was very irritable and very moody. If he didn't have his sleeping tablets, he was very moody and irritable. And if he didn't sleep most of the day as well as the night, he was irritable and moody. So all in all, it was a sort of sleeping relationship where I was doing things and he was sleeping. And many times I felt like it was a waste of time because I was doing so many things on my own which I'd done with previous partners. Yeah. The Malvern Hills, for instance, I've done with at least 3 different partners. I've done many times with Lee Cattell. I've walked up there a few times with exes in the past. Aaron, Chris. I had an ex called Chris that lived in Birmingham. I might as well say his name because I never hear from him. And Chris Blythe. And yeah, I walked up there with him. And Daniel once or twice, I think. But many times I went up there on my own, walked in the Lickheels on my own, going to the gym on my own. Although Daniel did start going to the gym, I encouraged him to go to the gym. But as soon as he found out I knew someone, I knew someone of someone that he could get drugs from. He was all over them like a rash. As I say, I haven't hardly seen him the last 3 months that he's lived with them. So yeah, and she gets drugs from Kidderminster and gives them to him. So yeah. But I think that was the main issue. If I thought of everything, the money was an issue as well, because he never had any money. So every time I used to say, do you want to go anywhere, do you want to do something, he'd say, I've got no money. So money was an issue as well. He still owes me £197, and he owes my friend Lee a lot more than that. There was over 100 text messages on Lee's phone asking for money, for weed, for fags and tobacco. There was over 100 text messages on Lee's phone, which we showed the police, because this has gone too far now. It's just taking the piss. It's just taking the piss. It's gone too far. I had a voicemail from the benefits office saying that a claim has been made for a couple, and I'm like, what couple? She says that I've made a claim for a couple on ESA. I'm like, what? I haven't made no claim. So my mum rang up the ESA and the DWP, and she gave them the crime reference number for the police. So it's all been looked into. And apparently Fortis have already been informed for a while, apparently. I haven't informed Fortis, and my mum hasn't informed Fortis, but apparently the manager of King's Court has informed Fortis for a while now, apparently, according to Mike. I haven't spoke to King's Court, and I haven't spoke to Fortis. I don't really like causing problems. It's just, as I say, I felt really scared the other day. That's why I went to the police, because my mum rang them up. They shouted down the phone at my mum. Daniel was swearing his head off at my mum, calling her bitch, calling her old, calling her fat, this, that and the other. My mum's only 10 stone. Daniel is 22 stone. As my sister says, he needs to look in the mirror more often. But I'm really not happy what he said to my mum. I'm really, really not happy. My mum's a lovely person. My mum is a really nice person. She'd go out of her way to do anything for anyone, my mum would, and my sister would. Yeah, so I'm really not happy with the situation. Daniel takes the piss. I think he's very spoilt by his gran, and that's what's made him the way he is. He's very spoilt, he's very childish. If he doesn't have his own way, he has tantrums, and he's caused me a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety, and I have blocked him a lot of times, I'll admit that, but that is due to fear, and that is because I wanted to protect myself, because the amount of times he's walked out my home, not here so much, but on Hanbury Road, he walked out of there literally hundreds of times, constantly. Every time I said one wrong word to him, every time we got into an argument, he walked out. And I never knew where I stood. I always felt like, when is he coming back? Is he coming back? What's going on? And there was all those questions running around in my head, and it just seemed like a waste of time. The whole relationship felt like I was constantly chasing him. As Rachel says, as she says to my mum, why does he keep ringing Daniel if he doesn't want to be with him? Because Daniel says, I don't want to, because I'm getting confused now, because it's just a waste of time. It really is. It just really is a waste of time. As I say, as soon as I said one wrong word to him, he used to keep leaving me all the time, and that's what used to piss me off. That's what used to piss me off, him constantly leaving, constantly walking out, constantly leaving me all the time. I don't like that. I don't think that's right in a relationship. You talk your problems through. And just, I don't know. I do wish him well. I do wish him the best for the future, and I do wish those so-called friends the best for the future. But no one's there for me, and the people who are there for me I keep close to my heart, but the people who diss me I completely reject. It's just, the people who reject me, I never want to see them again. The people who have rejected me in the past, I never want to see those people again. I don't want anything to do with those people. I feel like I always make 100% and more than 100% effort with people, and I feel like a lot of times people don't even make 50% effort with me, and it feels like I'm trying too hard to please people. I'm trying too hard to please Daniel, and not just Daniel, but people in general. I try too hard to please people, and it just feels like it's a complete waste of time. And okay, I'm going to quit moaning there. Because this is the reason I'm here, isn't it? To help people. So I shouldn't keep moaning about it. But when feelings get involved, I mean, I do help people, I help friends, I help family, but when really strong, the problem with love is that feelings can get really, really strong. And when feelings get really, really strong like that, it can quickly turn to hate, it can quickly turn to anger, it can quickly turn to rage. So this is the problem with love, really. This is why a lot of times love seems, or human love seems, pointless compared to divine love. Because people can't meet me at that level. I'm praying for them people, I'm forgiving them people, but people don't meet me at that level. Because people don't meet me at that level, there's a conflict there between my level of evolution and their level. And I can come down to their level because I've already been at their level in the past. but I can't stay at that level, and this is the problem I have with people. Because I can't stay at their level, there's a conflict. There's a conflict where do you like my bandana? Look. Yeah, so I don't know. I do feel down about it all, but wasn't it? It just seems like a waste of time. As I say, he left me loads and loads of times, and he just made me feel used and betrayed and completely not wanted. I'm not saying he's cheated on me. I don't know that. I have no evidence that he's cheated on me, unlike exes in the past. I've got zero evidence that he's cheated on me. But he has definitely left me loads of times for various different friends, and I think he has a problem with commitment, where I'm a very open person with my heart. My feelings are very open. I say what I'm thinking, I say what I'm feeling. And he's a very sort of closed person where he doesn't say what he's thinking. He does say what he's thinking sometimes, or he does it when he's got family and friends with him. I don't know. I just don't understand what. It comes out in a very aggressive way with him. Like how he spoke to my mum the other day, where it's, I will continue praying for him. He has my blessings. Spiritually, I will be there for him, but physically, he's not ready for that. Spiritually, I will be there for him. I'll continue praying for him from my heart. It will be a connection from my heart to his heart, from my heart to all hearts. I will continue praying for him. I will continue sending love to him, blessings, peace, and happiness. That is what I want for him. That is what I want for all souls everywhere. This only is that.